You walk into your backyard, and instead of seeing forgotten junk and discarded items, you're amazed by a stunning garden paradise filled with creative decorations that cost you almost nothing but look like they came from an expensive garden center. Every repurposed item tells a story. Every upcycled piece adds character, and your neighbors can't believe you created this magic from things you already had. What if I told you that 25+ ingenious reuse and decoration ideas could transform your ordinary household items and garden waste into extraordinary garden masterpieces? And the best part? Most of these cost absolutely nothing, but create impact that rivals expensive store-bought decorations. Hey garden enthusiasts! Welcome back to Daily Garden Fix. I'm your host, and today I'm sharing the exact reuse and upcycling secrets that will revolutionize how you think about garden decoration. We're turning trash into treasure and forgotten items into garden gold. I've organized these ideas from simple weekend projects to absolute showstoppers, and you need to stick with me until the very end because reuse idea number 25 is so creative and beautiful. It literally makes people stop and ask, "Where did you buy that?" when it cost absolutely nothing to create. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because I'm constantly sharing budget-friendly design secrets that prove you don't need to spend a fortune to have a gorgeous garden. Reuse idea 1. Old boots and shoes, the whimsical planters. Starting with reuse idea number 1, old boots and shoes as planters, and these quirky containers add instant personality while giving worn-out footwear a second life in your garden. Here's what makes this work. The drainage is already perfect. Just drill a few extra holes in the soils, fill with potting soil, and plant with trailing flowers or herbs. Rain boots work especially well because they're waterproof and colorful. I learned this trick from a master gardener who had the most charming cottage garden I've ever seen. She lined her garden path with old Wellington boots planted with cheerful petunias, and visitors couldn't stop smiling at the whimsical display. The key is choosing plants that complement the boot's character. Bright flowers for colorful rain boots, herbs for practical work boots, or succulents for worn leather boots that match rustic garden themes. Hang smaller shoes from fence posts or arrange larger boots in groups for maximum impact. It's recycling that makes people happy just looking at it. Reuse idea 2. Plastic bottles, the versatile workhorses. Number 2 is plastic bottles, and these overlooked containers are absolute gold mines for creative garden decoration and function. Cut the tops off large detergent bottles for instant planters, or cut windows in the sides to create hanging planters that cascade with trailing plants. Milk jugs become perfect watering devices when you poke holes in the caps. Here's a designer secret I discovered. Spray paint plastic bottles with stone-textured paint, and they look like expensive ceramic planters. Choose matte finishes in earth tones for the most convincing results. Create self-watering systems by inverting water bottles with holes in the caps into plant pots. It's a free irrigation system that keeps plants happy while you're away. The beauty is that bottles come in so many shapes and sizes. You can create entire container gardens using only recycled plastic, and guests will never guess their humble origins. Reuse idea 3. Old tires, the transformation champions. Reuse idea number 3 is old tires, and these rubber rings transform into stunning planters, garden borders, and artistic features that would cost hundreds to buy new. Stack them for height, paint them in vibrant colors, or wrap them in rope for texture. Tires become completely different design elements depending on how you treat them. The trick is preparation. Clean them thoroughly and use primer designed for rubber before painting. This ensures paint adhesion and prevents that rubbery smell in hot weather. A landscape contractor showed me how to cut tire sidewalls in decorative scallop patterns to create flower-shaped planters that look nothing like their automotive origins. Use single tires as raised bed borders, stack them for dramatic height, or even cut and reshape them into garden art that adds sculptural interest to any space. Reuse idea 4. Wooden pallets, the rustic gold. Number 4 is wooden pallets, and these industrial cast-offs become rustic garden furniture, vertical gardens, and decorative screens that add instant farmhouse charm. Turn pallets on their sides for vertical herb gardens. The slats create perfect pockets for small plants while taking up minimal ground space. It's like having a living wall that costs nothing, but looks professionally installed. Here's what most people miss. Sand and seal pallets before use to prevent splinters and weather damage. A little prep work makes the difference between projects that last one season and those that age beautifully for years. Create garden benches, coffee tables, or even raised beds using basic tools and minimal carpentry skills. The weathered wood patina that develops over time adds character you can't buy. Choose heat-treated pallets, marked HT, rather than chemically treated ones for food-safe gardening applications like herb and vegetable gardens. Reuse Idea 5. Glass jars and bottles, the light catchers. Reuse idea number 5 is glass jars and bottles, and these transparent treasures create magical lighting effects and elegant planters that catch and reflect garden light beautifully. Mason jars become instant lanterns when fitted with battery-operated fairy lights. They create the same ambience as expensive outdoor lighting for practically nothing. Wine bottles cut in half make sophisticated planters for herbs or small flowers. The green and clear glass adds color while maintaining elegance that complements any garden style. A craft artist taught me to etch glass with inexpensive etching cream to create frosted effects that diffuse light beautifully. Simple patterns or plant silhouettes turn plain jars into custom garden art. String lights inside large glass containers for magical evening displays, or use colored glass bottles as garden sculptures that glow when backlit by sun or artificial light. Reuse Idea 6. Old furniture, the character pieces. Number 6 is old furniture, and weathered chairs, tables, and dressers become charming garden focal points that add instant character and whimsy. An old chair with a broken seat becomes a perfect planter when you remove the seat and fill the frame with flowers. It's functional art that tells a story and creates conversation. Here's the secret. Treat wood furniture with outdoor wood stain or paint specifically designed for exterior use. This prevents rot while maintaining the aged character that makes pieces special. Repurpose dresser drawers as herb gardens, old tables as potting benches, or ladder-back chairs as trellises for climbing plants. Each piece adds personality that new furniture simply cannot replicate. Position furniture pieces where they'll be discovered gradually throughout the garden, creating the impression of outdoor rooms that invite lingering and exploration. Reuse Idea 7. Kitchen containers, the unexpected planters. Reuse idea number 7 is kitchen containers and colanders, tea kettles, and mixing bowls become charming planters that add cottage garden appeal. Old colanders are perfect for plants that need excellent drainage. The built-in holes eliminate the need for drilling while creating interesting shadow patterns underneath. Vintage tea kettles and coffee pots make wonderful conversation piece planters, especially when planted with herbs that complement their kitchen origins, mint, basil, or trailing thyme. The key is embracing the patina and where that makes these pieces special. Rust and age marks add authenticity that new containers lack, creating that coveted, collected over time garden look. Mix different metals, copper, aluminum, and cast iron, for visual interest while maintaining the kitchen garden theme throughout your space. Reuse Idea 8. Fabric and textiles, the soft touches. Number 8 is old fabric and textiles, and worn sheets, tablecloths, and curtains become garden art, plant protection, and decorative elements that add softness to hard garden edges. Cut fabric into strips and weave through fence slats for privacy screens that flutter in breezes, adding movement and color while blocking unwanted views. Old shower curtains make excellent plant protection during unexpected frosts or heavy rains. They're already waterproof and can be draped over sensitive plants quickly. A textile artist showed me how to treat fabric with outdoor fabric paint and weather-resistant sealers to create custom garden flags and banners that withstand seasons of weather. Use patterned fabrics as temporary mulch around plants. They suppress weeds while adding color and pattern that changes with your mood or season. Reuse Idea 9. Metal containers, the industrial chic. Reuse idea number 9 is metal containers, and old buckets, watering cans, and food tins become stylish planters that add industrial chic to garden designs. Galvanized buckets and tubs are perfect for large plantings. They're already weather-resistant and develop beautiful patina over time that adds character to any garden setting. The trick with food tins is removing labels completely and drilling drainage holes carefully to prevent sharp edges. Sand rough areas and treat with rust-preventive primer for longevity. Group metal containers in odd numbers and varying heights for professional-looking displays that cost a fraction of store-bought alternatives while offering unique character. Choose plants that complement the industrial aesthetic, architectural succulents, ornamental grasses, or herbs with silvery foliage that echoes metal tones. Reuse Idea 10. Wine corks, the tiny treasures. Number 10 is wine corks, and these tiny cylindrical treasures become plant markers, decorative mulch, and craft elements that add subtle detail throughout the garden. Glue corks together to create custom plant markers. Write plant names with permanent markers or wood-burning tools for professional-looking garden labels that cost nothing. Here's a designer secret. Wine corks make excellent drainage material in the bottom of planters. They're lightweight, don't compress like gravel, and eventually decompose to feed plants. A master gardener taught me to slice corks lengthwise and use them as seed starters. The natural cork provides perfect growing conditions for tiny seedlings. Create mosaic patterns with different colored corks for decorative mulch around small plants, or string them together for whimsical garden garland that celebrates your wine appreciation. Mid-video engagement, approximately 8:15 to 8:30. We're halfway through our creative reuse journey, and I hope you're looking around your house with completely new eyes. If you're excited about turning your junk into garden gold, smash that like button and tell me in the comments what forgotten item in your home you're most excited to transform. The second half includes some absolutely mind-blowing transformations that will change how you think about garden decoration forever. Reuse Idea 11. Ladders, the vertical display heroes. Number 11 is old ladders, and these forgotten garage residents become stunning vertical display units that showcase plants at multiple levels while taking up minimal ground space. Wooden stepladders work perfectly as plant stands. Each step becomes a shelf for different-sized pots, creating living sculptures that change with seasonal plantings. The magic happens when you train climbing plants up the ladder sides while using the steps for container plants. You're essentially creating a living ladder that serves multiple functions. A vintage dealer taught me that weathered paint and aged would make ladders more valuable as garden decorations than pristine restored pieces. The character is what creates charm. Secure ladders properly to prevent tipping, and consider the weight capacity when loading with soil-filled containers. Safety first, but style second. Reuse Idea 13. Old wheelbarrows, the mobile gardens. Number 13 is old wheelbarrows, and these rusty beauties become charming mobile planters that can be repositioned for seasonal displays or changing light conditions. Even wheelbarrows with holes become perfect planters. The drainage is already provided. Fill with seasonal flowers, herbs, or even small vegetables for productive decoration. The key is embracing the weathered patina rather than trying to restore them to new condition. Rust and age marks add authenticity that makes these pieces garden treasures. Position wheelbarrows as focal points at garden entrances, pathway intersections, or anywhere you want to create visual interest and vintage charm. An antique dealer told me that broken wheelbarrows often make better garden decorations than functional ones because people aren't tempted to move them constantly. Reuse Idea 14. Concrete blocks, the building blocks. Reuse Idea number 14 is concrete blocks, and these utilitarian rectangles become raised beds, planters, and garden structures that provide function and modern aesthetic appeal. Stack blocks to create raised vegetable beds. Use them as individual planters, or arrange them as seating that doubles as growing space for herbs and flowers. The hollow centers are perfect for planting. Just add potting soil and plants. It's like having built-in planters that also serve structural purposes. Paint concrete blocks in bold colors for modern garden appeal, or leave them natural for industrial chic that complements contemporary garden designs. A landscape architect showed me how to stagger blocks at different heights to create interesting wall patterns while providing multiple planting opportunities. Reuse Idea 15. Bicycle parts, the whimsical wheels. Number 15 is old bicycles and bicycle parts, and these abandoned rides become charming garden art and functional decorations that add whimsy and character. Bicycle wheels become garden trellises for climbing plants. The spokes provide perfect support for vines while creating circular focal points that frame plantings. Old bicycles positioned throughout gardens become mobile planters when baskets are filled with flowers, or stationary art pieces that suggest movement and adventure. The trick is treating metal parts to prevent further rust while maintaining the aged character that makes them appealing. Clear protective coatings work better than paint for preserving patina. Chain bicycle parts together for unique garden borders, or use individual components like chain rings as decorative elements in flower beds. Reuse Idea 16. Wooden crates, the rustic organizers. Reuse idea number 16 is wooden crates, and these sturdy boxes become perfect planters, storage solutions, and display units that add rustic charm to any garden setting. Apple crates, wine boxes, and shipping crates all work beautifully as planters when lined with landscape fabric to prevent soil leakage while maintaining drainage. Stack crates at different angles to create interesting geometric displays, or use them individually as raised planters that are perfect for herbs and small vegetables. A farmer's market vendor taught me that fruit crates often have the most character. The stains and markings from their original contents add authenticity that new wood lacks. Position crates on legs or platforms to create comfortable working height for elderly gardeners or those with mobility limitations. Reuse Idea 17. PVC pipes, the modern solutions. Number 17 is PVC pipes, and these white tubes become hydroponic systems, plant supports, and modern garden structures that solve problems while adding contemporary appeal. Cut holes in PVC pipes to create vertical strawberry towers or herb gardens that maximize growing space while minimizing ground footprint. The beauty of PVC is its weather resistance and clean appearance that works well in modern garden designs where rustic materials might look out of place. Use PVC pipes as trellises for lightweight climbing plants, or create geometric garden sculptures by connecting pieces with joints in interesting configurations. A hydroponic gardener showed me how to create self-watering systems using PVC pipes and basic plumbing fittings. It's high-tech gardening using affordable materials. Reuse Idea 18. Household fabric softener sheets, the multipurpose helpers. Our final reuse idea is used fabric softener sheets, and these seemingly worthless scraps become pest deterrents, plant cleaners, and problem-solving tools that gardeners never think to use. Rub fabric softener sheets on garden furniture to repel insects, while leaving a clean scent that makes outdoor spaces more enjoyable for humans. The anti-static properties help remove dust and pollen from large leaf plants, keeping them healthy and attractive with minimal effort. Tie used sheets around plant stakes to deter deer and rabbits. Many animals dislike the scent and texture, making them effective organic pest control. A pest control expert told me that the chemicals in fabric softeners naturally repel many garden insects without harming beneficial species like bees and butterflies. Before we wrap up, here are 5 bonus reuse ideas that deserve special mention. Egg cartons, perfect biodegradable seed starters that can be planted directly in the ground while providing individual growing compartments. Wine barrel staves, beautiful curved with pieces that become garden art, plant stakes, or decorative elements with instant character. Shower curtain rings, excellent for hanging lightweight planters or organizing garden tools on hooks and pegboards. Old CDs and DVDs, reflective bird deterrents that spin in breezes while creating rainbow light effects throughout the garden. Plastic milk crates, sturdy plant stands, storage solutions, and modular raised bed components that stack and rearrange easily. Each of these proves that garden beauty doesn't require expensive purchases, just creative thinking and willingness to see potential in everyday items. With these 25+ reuse and decoration ideas, you have everything you need to create a stunning garden using items you probably already have around your home. The key is looking at everyday objects with fresh eyes and seeing their garden potential. Remember, the most beautiful gardens often have the most interesting stories behind their decorations. When you reuse and repurpose items, you're creating a garden with personality and history that money simply cannot buy. The best part about reuse projects is that they improve with age, Weathering and patina add character that makes handmade decorations more beautiful over time, unlike mass-produced items that just look worn out. Which of these reuse ideas made you excited to raid your garage or attic? Are you ready to turn those old boots into whimsical planters? Excited about creating mosaic magic from broken dishes? Or maybe you're inspired to see your old furniture with completely new eyes? Drop a comment below and tell me what forgotten item in your home you're most excited to transform into garden gold. Share photos of your reuse projects. I love seeing how these concepts work with different items and creative interpretations. If this video opened your eyes to the treasure hiding in your own home, smash that like button and subscribe to Daily Garden Fix. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our money-saving garden tips and creative decoration ideas. Next week, I'm sharing my complete guide to creating a gorgeous garden for under $50 using only garage sale finds and thrift store treasures. You won't want to miss those budget-stretching secrets. Follow us on all social media platforms for daily inspiration, quick DIY tips, and seasonal reuse ideas that keep your garden looking amazing while keeping money in your pocket. Remember, the most beautiful gardens are created by gardeners who see potential everywhere and aren't afraid to experiment with unconventional materials. Your creativity is the only limit to what you can create. Thanks for joining me on this creative reuse journey. And here's to creating gardens that are beautiful, unique, and kind to both your wallet and the environment.